Your brain doesn't just shut off when you die. It fights, it floods itself with chemicals, and for a few strange minutes, scientists think it might do something. No one expected it might give you one final, vivid experience of your entire life. This isn't science fiction. This is what real brain scans are showing us right now. So here's the question that's been haunting neuroscientists for decades. What is actually happening inside your skull in the final 10 minutes before you die? Not the heart, not the lungs. The brain, the last organ, to let go. Because here's the strange part. Your brain doesn't die. The moment your heart stops, it keeps working. It keeps firing for minutes longer than anyone thought possible. Let's start with the basics. Your brain runs on oxygen and glucose, delivered nonstop by your blood. The second your heart stops pumping, that supply line is cut. You'd think the brain would shut down instantly, like unplugging a lamp. But it doesn't. Brain cells are stubborn. Without oxygen, they don't die. In seconds, they start a slow, chaotic shutdown that can stretch on for minutes. And during that shutdown, something unexpected happens. The brain doesn't go quiet. It gets loud. Starved of oxygen, neurons begin firing in a final burst of activity, a kind of electrical last stand. Researchers call this a surge. And it's not just random noise. The word patterns researchers have recorded look eerily similar to the brain waves you produce when you're dreaming, remembering, or deeply focused. It gets even weirder. In 2022, researchers at the University of Michigan were monitoring the brain of an 7-year-old patient with epilepsy when, unexpectedly, the patient died of a heart attack. During the recording, for the first time, scientists had a continuous EEG, a recording of electrical brain activity spanning the moments before and after death. What they found was published in Frontiers in Aging, Neuroscience, and it surprised almost everyone. In the 30 seconds before and after the heart stopped, the brain showed a spike in gamma wave activity. Gamma waves are the same brain waves linked to memory recall, meditation, and vivid dreaming. A separate study out of NYU Langone, led by Dr. Sam Parnia, looked at cardiac arrest patients on life support. Using EEG monitors, his team found similar bursts of gamma activity for up to an hour after the heart had technically stopped beating. Scientists weren't expecting this. Brain activity wasn't supposed to organize itself like this after the heart stops. It was supposed to fade into noise. Instead, it looked, for a few minutes, like the brain was running one last, highly organized program. That's only half the story. Here's where it gets genuinely strange. This gamma wave activity is concentrated in a brain region called the temporoparietal junction, an area linked to memory, dreaming, and out-of-body sensations. Some researchers think this surge could explain why so many pawn down people who were resuscitated after cardiac arrest report something similar, a vivid recollection of memories, a feeling of calm, even what they describe as seeing their life flash before their eyes. To be clear, this isn't proof of an afterlife, and no, serious scientists is claiming it is. What it might be is something almost as fascinating, a final, unintentional replay. As the brain loses its normal inhibitory control, the systems that usually keep neural activity orderly and contained old neural pathways may fire in clusters, pulling up stored memories in a rapid, disorganized cascade. In other words, the brain may not be shutting down peacefully. It may be malfunctioning in a very specific, very human way, and that malfunction might feel, from the inside, like your whole life playing back at once. But here's the part that really changes the picture. This research isn't just philosophically interesting, it's medically urgent. For over a century, doctors have used the heart stops